This is the demonstration on the counter loop video, and what we're going to do on this one is show you how to set up what's known as a counter loop program. So we're going to go to Start Programs, and we're going to open up our RoboPro software. It may be under a folder called LabVolt, but on this machine it's actually just right on the main menu. So RoboPro will open up for you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to save it to, we're going to open up File New, and then we're going to save our program. We're going to save it as, and you can just go into My Documents or your ModTech folder, wherever you have that ModTech folder. Mine's in my Z drive. I'm going to go under Controls, and I'm going to call it Counter Loop. Okay. Now, in order to get the program started, what you're going to do is you're going to bring in the Start option, and I always like to bring the End option in as well, just so I don't forget at the same time. Now, to do a counter loop, essentially what it is any loop is something you do over and over. So this is the counter loop function. I'm going to bring in counter loop like this, and the way a counter loop works is once it starts the program, it will enter the counter loop. Now, you can do a bunch of things before the counter loop, but for our purposes we're going to just go ahead and do a simple loop of a light 10 times. So the way we do that is simple. We go ahead and click on this part right here, and it's going to allow us to connect to that part, so the program will start and immediately enter our counter loop. Now, this is the way the logic works. We're going to go to set the Z value to 1. So Z is now equal to 1. So it asks the question, is Z greater than 10? So is 1 greater than 10 in this case? The answer, of course, is no. So it's going to follow whatever is in the no path, or this way. So we need to build what we're going to do. Now, in order to make my light flash, I have to bring a light in. Now, you look over here and there's no lights. I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to bring in M1. Now, that's a motor right now. But if I right-click on it, I can reassign this to be a lamp. And I want that lamp to turn on, and that lamp is going to be plugged in to M1. I click OK, and you can see it's a lamp, and it's going to turn on. Now I'm going to bring a time delay in, click and drag that over. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to change that time delay to 0.5. So it's a half a second. Now I'm going to bring another motor in, but this time I'm going to right-mouse click, change it to lamp, change it to off. Click OK, so it's on, then it's waits a half a second, then it's off, and then I'm going to wait another half a second. Now, if I wanted to, I should be able to click on that, edit copy, and edit paste, and it should create a copy of that. A little time saver for you. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and connect all these. So it's going to go on, wait a half a second, go off, wait a half a second, and then go back into my loop. But first I have to connect all the dots. So I'm going to always start at the end, back to here, back to there, click and back, click and back, and then I'm going to click here. I'm going to go up here, and notice how I keep my right angles. I don't want it going off like that. I want good right angles, like so, and just like that. Okay, so now that's the loop part. So once it comes back here, it's going to add 1. So now Z is 2. Is 2 bigger than 10? No. It's going to do it again. Is 3 bigger than 10? No. 4, 5, and it's going to continue into this loop until we have done this 10 times. Now, by the way, if you want to change it to something other than 10, you just right-mouse click and change it to something other than 10. I hit cancel, and we're in good shape. Then, after I'm done with the loop, once it's done my flashing light 10 times, I'm just going to have it simply end the program. So I'm going to connect that. I'm going to hit save, and that is how you create a counter loop. Now, in order to actually create the model, all you have to do is simply add or put together a one light model connected to, you guessed it, M1, and that's it. You build this program, run it with that model, and you are all set to go.